Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a review and tutorial on the brand new Morphe 24G palette. I just got this in the mail like 48 hours ago. I am sick, like day 3 of being sick, which is why I sound a little bit nasally, but I really wanted to get this video up for you guys, so that is why I'm filming today. This palette is absolutely gorgeous. I want to talk a little bit about the palette. We'll do some swatches as well, and then we'll get into the tutorial part. This is the Morphe 24G palette. It's called the Grand Glam palette. Opening it up, you can see how large the shades are. The pans are ginormous. Now it has 24 shadows, and these are the shadows that are the size of the bigger pans that came in the 39A palette. So here's the 39A palette that came out a few weeks ago for the holiday collection, and these center pans was such like a huge thing for Morphe because the pans are so big and we've never seen pans this size from Morphe before. But then they just went up themselves and released this 24G palette, and if I hold these like this, you can see that it's an entire palette that is the size of those center pans there. Now the reason I loved this 39A palette so much is because those shades specifically are transition shades, and as you know, transition shades are the first ones that are going to hit pan because you use them more than anything else. And so I love that they came out with a palette that is not all transition shades, but has a lot of bang for your buck here. So the palette has 24 supersized shades, and they're 2.2 times the size as the pans that we're used to seeing in the Morphe palettes. So they say that it's double duty. These eyeshadows can dupe as a highlighter, and you'll see on my face right now I used it, and you'll see through the video how that works as well. It says that the shade Glaze can be used for fair to light skin tones as a highlighter, although I use it as a highlighter topper and I think that it looks really cool. And then Crystal for medium skin tones, and then the shades Dream for medium to dark skin tones. And it also says that you can use these pans as a bronzer with the color Frenchie or Mojo. So I did that as well today, and I think that it really complemented the entire look and brought everything together. So the palette retails for $29, which is $3 cheaper than the Jaclyn Hill palette and the 39A holiday palette that we just saw come out a few months ago. So you're saving a little bit of money. It may seem like you're getting a little bit less, but because the pans are so big, I actually think that this is such a great beginner palette, or just like an everyday go-to palette. So the Grand Glam palette comes out on January 16th. Today's January 6th, so that is just 10 days from now. So make sure that you are ready to put it in your basket, because I'm sure as soon as it launches, it's going to be gone, just like everything else that launches at Morphe as well. So looking at the palette, it comes with the sleeve that they've been doing more often. I still wish that they would just come with the names on the actual package. I guess that it must be like a price thing, but I was really interested because in that holiday collection, there were those $15 palettes that they were able to actually print the names on the pan. So I don't know, I don't really understand why they're not able to do it. So right now I'm going to swatch the shadows just on the back of my hand so you can see the pigmentation and decide for yourself if this is something that you want to add to your makeup collection. So the first shadows are Crystal, Glazed, Dream, and Chewy. And then we have Marble and Spiffy to complete the first row. Okay, now here is the second row. It is Creamer, Frenchie, Mojo, Glitz, Brassy, and Mooch. And then here on the third row, we have Glossy, Shiva, Steady, Boxy, Magic, and Sunshiny. And then here is the last row, where we have Baked, Pitch, Flirty, Richest, Brew, and Brownie. Yeah, that's everything I have to say about the actual palette. So without further ado, let's get into the actual tutorial. I'm actually a little bit sick. I've been sick for like 3 days, so I sound like really nasally and stuff. So I'm going to try speak as clearly as possible, but if you feel like I sound like a little crazy, it's because I'm under the weather. So I'm going to start with my face first and then do my eyes at the end, because I like to have something on my face. I just put on a face mask, one of the OMG face masks, to make myself feel a little bit better. So to prime my face today, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Primer. For foundation today, I'm using my two favorite foundations, which are the Collab foundations. I just filmed a full face using Collab makeup, which I'll leave linked over here. Definitely watch that video if you want to see like my full review on this, but this is what I'm using today. So I'm going to conceal using my two favorite concealers right now, which is the Tarte Shape Tape and the BH Studio Pro Total Coverage Concealer. Setting my face using the Collab Ultra Fine Loose Setting Powder. This is in the color Almond Caramel. You can also use the back of this Morphe sponge because it has that angle. I'm going to go ahead and wipe away the rest of that baking powder with a Morphe 509 brush, and I wipe it towards my nose so that I can cover that contour as well and blend that all in. So I'm taking my Tarte Shape Tape to prep my eyelids. I'm going to conceal them and set them, and we're going to get started with the eyeshadow. Opening it up, this is what it looks like. Look how big the pans are. Alright, so I've gone ahead and done one eye off camera, and this is what I came up with. I'm going to show you how to do the other eye. For my transition color, I'm picking up the color Frenchie with a Morphe 504 brush. Going in with the Morphe 505, I'm picking up the shade Brassy. Transition colors I kind of kept on the outer corner of my eye, but this one I'm bringing in a little bit to help create some definition when we cut the crease on the inner corner. Now with that same brush, I'm going into the shade Brew and Brownie, and this is going all along my crease from inner to outer corner. So now it's time to cut the crease. I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape concealer on the back of my hand, and I'm doing a little bit of a different shape than I usually would, but you'll see how it works out in a minute. Okay, so now for the fun part, I'm dipping into a gel liner and I'm using the Sigma Large Shader E60 brush, and I'm gonna just like pretty messily wing that out. You don't have to worry about precision because you're gonna blend everything out. Now I'm picking up a Morphe 506, and before I set that with any shadows, I'm going to start blending that out to soften it up. Now I'm picking up a Morphe E14 brush, and I'm kind of rotating between this brush and my other brushes to blend it out till I get it the way that I like it. Now since there isn't a black in this palette, I'm going to take the black from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm just using, this is the only shade that I'm using from this palette, and that's really going to set that black shadow and help make it like very, very pigmented. So once you've got that blended mostly the way you like it, I picked up the color Crystal, and I just added that to my inner corner. I sprayed my brush a little bit so that it's a bit more pigmented. So here's a closer look on how the eyes turned out. They're actually not exactly the same, but they're similar enough for me for today. So I'm going to pop some mascara on some lashes. I'm using the Morphe lashes in the style Luxurious. So now that we're done with the eyes, I'm going to finish up with the Morphe and Orpha lip set, and this is in the shade Vinyl. And now that we're all done, I'm going to finish up with two things. They said that you could use this palette for highlighting as well as blush and contouring, which I see that could actually work pretty well. So to highlight, I'm going in with the color Glazed. That's actually really pretty over my highlight. Oh wow, so pretty as a highlight. And then to actually bronze a little bit, I'm taking these two shades with a Morphe E4 blush brush. And to top off with blush, I'm going to take this very bright pink color, very lightly with my brush. Hey guys, that is it for this tutorial. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, as well as comment down below and let me know if you are interested in this palette, if you think the palette is worth it or not. Thank you so much for watching again. I will see you tomorrow at the same time in my next video. God bless you, and remember, don't let anybody dim your glitter. Bye!